G'day guys, how are you? Hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing another movie review. This movie is a comedy from Denmark, Danish language English subs, released in the year 2008, directed by Rasmus Heide, and this film is called Take the Trash. Take the Trash starts off with Jesper. He is a very rich individual. He's very young, he's very arrogant, and he seems to lead the perfect life. He has a great job, great wife, and just everything's going really well for him, and now all of a sudden he just thinks he's better than everybody else. So there is a situation that occurs where he backstabs one of his friends, and it really does backfire on him, and he ends up losing everything that he had, and he is forced to do community service at this recycling centre in the company of some very strange individuals. So all these other individuals have been sent to do community service at the same place. So Jesper obviously thinks he's way above doing community service in a trash, basically dealing with trash, and so he thinks that all the people that are associated with this place are below him, and that he's not going to be associated with any of these people. But then when he starts to loosen up, he starts to believe that maybe these people can teach him a thing or two about how life really is, and maybe he'll become a better person for it. So what happens at that point on, whether or not he does become a better person, something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I am going with my synopsis. Now, the biggest criticism with the Take the Trash from critics and other people was the fact that it wasn't really a Scandinavian type of humour. Now, a lot of people say this is Americanized humour and that it was crap and that it was nothing to do with Scandinavia. So, coming into it, I wasn't knowing what to expect, because I'm a massive fan of Scandinavian humour. If you guys are familiar with the Norwegian director Bent Hamer, I think he symbolised what Scandinavian humour is all about, what the really good Scandinavian humour is all about, which is very deadpan. It feels like it's not trying at all. It's not trying to be funny, but it just comes across as really funny, and it's just a very unique style that is Scandinavia. So I can understand people being disappointed with Take the Trash being deemed an Americanized comedy, and by that I mean slapstick. So I don't think slapstick is just confined to the United States, although the United States will dumb a lot of comedies down. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, I'm just saying that is a style, to dumb it down to make it as silly as possible. And that's what Take the Trash does. It does go down a rather silly avenue, and I can understand why people might be disappointed that it's not very Scandinavian, but to say it's Americanized crap, I think it's a little bit unfair, because what it does, the slapstick that it does it at a fairly decent level. And that's the same with Dead Snow, a great Norwegian comedy. No one ever says that that's Americanized comedy, but it is, because it's paying homage to a great American horror comedies. So Dead Snow was a classic example of being Americanized, but doing it very well. And as I said, it's not so much Americanized, because Australia, Britain and the United States, they all share a similarity in their humour. So I don't think it's fair to confine slapstick comedy to the United States. But I can understand, yes, it's not very Scandinavian, but then again, neither was Dead Snow. And Dead Snow did what it did very well. So this is a case of not doing it as well as Dead Snow, but this movie does have its moments of comedy, and I actually thought it worked, because some of the slapstick stuff was really well timed. There were some moments where the film felt a little bit forced. I will say that's the film's biggest criticism, is that sometimes it tries a little bit too hard to be funny, so it doesn't really come natural. So it's kind of like the comedian who's not funny telling jokes and no one's really laughing, and it gets a little bit awkward. And there are some awkward moments to Take the Trash, but thankfully there are some moments that really work. I thought the characters were good. I didn't like the main character of Jesper. Apparently he's a comedian, but he doesn't really, a stand-up comedian, so he doesn't really translate very well to movies, because his character just felt very arrogant. And although the underlying message is very warm, basically the message is saying that you can think that you're better than everybody else, but it's not until you've become associated with these people where you realise the errors of your ways. So if the movie was cast better as far as Jesper, it would have been a lot more powerful, because I thought Jesper, he was very arrogant, and it doesn't really seem like he's remorseful for what he's been doing in the past, how his attitude is, and you don't feel that, yeah, he should be unravelling to make a good person, but he's not likeable, he's never likeable. And I think that's down to the fact that the actor was unable to show the audience that this character underneath was a good guy. So it just didn't translate very well. Didn't like that character, but the supporting cast were very good. I thought they were very colourful characters. As I said, a little bit exaggerated, and sometimes it was a little bit too forced, but overall I thought it was enjoyable. And as I said, that heartwarming message underneath was an added bonus. I wasn't expecting that. So if you are a fan of films like Bent Hamer, where they are very deadpan, then you're not going to get the same sort of thing with Take the Trash, but I can appreciate the fact that yes, this deadpan is a unique style of Scandinavia, but Scandinavian films aren't afraid to go down different paths. And so this is one of the cases, and I thought, yes, it's not a brilliant film. There are moments that work, moments that don't, but overall, it's certainly better than a lot of comedies going out there these days, and I think that you could do a lot worse. So overall, for Take the Trash, I'm going to give it 3 stars. I enjoyed it, and I would recommend it. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.